Okay, so on to the next Harmony of Hearts, man. And this one over here is for Anna. We are doing System of a Down. We haven't actually reacted to much System of a Down. I might have reacted to one a while ago. My brother used to absolutely love this band, the System of a Down. I never heard much of their stuff. If I have heard anything of theirs, it must have been something that was big, that was playing in the radio, because it's definitely not something that was ever on my playlist, right? But I do know that they were a very good band. This is called Aerials. I don't know the song. We've never reacted to the song. Let's get into it. And just for you guys to know, we're almost done with Harmony of Hearts, man. After today, I think we got like one more Harmony of Hearts. It'll either drop tomorrow or Saturday, but we're pretty much there. So yeah, let's rock and roll. System of a Down, Aerials. Let's go. Okay, wait, I've definitely heard the sounds familiar, instrumentation sounds familiar. So I've heard this one. We've never literally broken down the lyrics. I've never really heard this song properly, but this was big. This was on the radio at one point. This was a big track, right? I like that, literally what he started with, life is a waterfall, we're one in the river, and then it's like, it's again, it's like, it doesn't stop. So even if you take a fall, you still land up in the river, and you still have to deal with that river, the current of the river. Do you know what I mean? So that's just the way it is. It's ups and downs, but even on the down, getting up again is quite difficult anyway.
Swimming through the void, we hear the word. We lose ourselves, but we find it all. Cause we are the ones that wanna play. Always wanna go, but you never wanna stay.
We're the ones who always pay. You always want to go, but you never want to stay. So it's never about taking accountability. Everybody always wants to flee everything all of the time, thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. That is, unfortunately, the tragedy of just human nature, right? People get insecure, people get scared, and people immediately snap into that fight or flight just to realize it's just better to deal with something head on. Do you know what I mean?
We are the ones that wanna choose. Always wanna play, but you never wanna lose.
That's a very important line over there, because I feel in today's society, everyone's too fucking afraid to lose. Do you know what I mean? Everybody wants to win on every which way, even if they're wrong. That's the worst way to win. The worst way to win is to demand a victory when you know you're wrong. It's like when you don't deserve the victory. You don't deserve the credit. I mean, that literally plays into our narcissism today, right? We want credit for things that we never achieved. We want social credit for shit that we've never achieved. Do you know what I mean? Everybody wants credit for something, and you see a lot in these activist movements where they want the credit for literally putting shit in their bio, and they want the credit for making the most noise. Right? But you never really fought the battle for any of those things. Absolutely nothing. People much braver than you that came before you fought for all of those rights. Right? You're trying to take cheap victories to sort of elevate yourself to a status of grandeur that you don't deserve. Do you know what I mean? Come on, man. I like that. I like that line. Come on. Life is a waterfall. We drink from the river, then we turn around and put up the walls. In terms of like, I can drink from that river, right? We immediately become greedy and stingy, but nobody else from the village can drink the water. This is mine now, right? It's almost like I'm conquering this, essentially. So immediately, even though you've got a vast, expansive amount of water, right? Way too much for you to ever be able to finish in 50 lifetimes, but yet we'll still put up a wall. And then we take a kick out of other people not being able to get to it. Do you know what I mean? Sad. Specifically playing into the political elites and the elites at large, in the broader scale.
Swimming through the void, we hear the word. We lose ourselves, but we find it all. 'Cause we are the ones that wanna play. Always wanna go, but you never wanna stay. We are the ones that wanna choose. Always wanna play, but you never wanna lose.
The crazy thing is there's a lot of virtue in losing. There's a lot of virtue in failure that can be acquired from failure, essentially, right? There's also shows a lot of character in somebody who fails, because if they fail, what do they immediately do? Do they blame everything else around them, or do they blame themselves, take accountability, take responsibility, right? And then work to not fail again, or work to fail better, essentially. We're always failing. We're just failing better. Do you know what I mean? Does someone do that, or does someone fail and then blame everything else for their failures? But if they succeed, they blame them. They give themselves the credit. Only themselves. Nobody helped them to get to their point of success. But when they fail, it's everybody else's fault. Everybody else's fault. And society literally does that today. Do you know what I mean? If you fail, it's the system's fault. If you succeed, the system had nothing to do with it. Do you know what I mean? It was all you. The depiction of this kid in terms of aliens in his face completely and utterly morphed. It's almost like trying to depict that it's not who he really is, right? This is the fake identity, and we deal with a lot of that in today's world. A lot of the time, specifically in the younger generation, they develop a fake identity and tell themselves that is their true identity, and they literally run away from their true identity. They literally abandon who they really are as people, right? To follow a very herd-like mentality and a herd-like identity, and people don't even realize, right? It's a collective ideology that you're following. Everybody looks like you. Everybody wants to do what you do, right? You literally giving up your uniqueness, right, to build an identity that is now virtual so that you can plug into everybody else. Right? And you don't even realize that you're a fucking droid. Like, you don't even realize that you've been programmed. Right? Everyone needs to look the same today. Everybody needs to put Botox in their fucking face for some odd reason today. Right? Everybody wants to look a certain way in society. Everybody wants to act in a certain way in society. Everybody wants to share the same idea, the same tribal idea, their tribe. Right? And any other idea cannot penetrate their tribe, because that's apparently their identity. They don't realize that their individualism is lost. They're so far away from who they are that they're giving up the purest sense of themselves for a broader social secular idea. And then they don't understand why they're depressed still. They don't understand why they're anxiety still, because you're literally rubbing up against the grain of who you are. You're rubbing up against that grain. You can't sit there and say that this is my identity, yet it is literally picked off from the fucking society at large catalog. Do you know what I mean? It literally is picked off from the society at large. It's idolatry. It's literally the proverbial golden calf. Everybody is doing the same thing and nobody realizes that. And everything they're doing is utterly superficial and overtly superficial, yet they just can't see it. It's right in front of their face. If it was a snake, it would bite them. But they literally just cannot see it because that's the level of societal brainwash that we have managed to inflict on our younger society today, that we tell them that individualism means to follow a herd-like mentality. It's unreal. Anyway, carry on.
In the sky, when you lose my mind, you free your life. Areas so up high, when you free your eyes, eternal prize.
And check the whole depiction over here. You've got the corporate elites that play into the celebrity elites who then indoctrinate children into a certain culture. The children take onto that, lose themselves, they morph into what the culture dictates, like Hollywood, like the music industry, right? Everybody wants to be like their heroes, and you can't blame a child for that because a child's just going to follow who they see. All a child wants to do, the main priority of a child is to grow up. Right? And that's why that's why it is so imperative that adults act like fucking responsible adults, because children look up to adults, because children so desperately want to be adults, and they want to literally speed up that process to get to adult. And when adults are acting like children, we're fucking them all up. Because today, adults are acting like children. There is absolutely no responsibility. Literally, kids have become props for adults' insecurities and adults' issues that they've had. And they want to use their child as props to show how great they are. Look, I'm a friend to my child. No, your child doesn't need you to be a friend to him. Your child needs you to be a fucking responsible adult to him. Do you know what I mean? But you don't see much of that in society today because everyone is so stuck in this social ideology of always self-aggrandizing. You know, look at me, look at me. Do you know what I mean? It's not about the benefit of the child. It's about what I do just shows people on social media and in my circles, I'm such a compassionate parent. I can let him do anything he wants. Go out into the abyss and destroy your life if you want to, but go be free. Go be free. I mean, a child needs barriers like a fucking fish needs water, right? But we say, nah, take those away. Go be free. Go be free. Go wreck your fucking life. Come on, man. Very, very, very cool song. Very important song. And think about it. This is definitely an old song, old video, right? This was happening. These kind of things that are happening, all these societal mores that you're seeing now, which are very depraved and hedonistic, these have been building up. This has not just been happening now, right? This is literally going back to the 60s. It was slowly, slowly, slowly encroaching onto Western culture because Western culture was becoming more privileged and it had a lot more conveniences and things like that. And it was just creeping in. Now we're literally at the pinnacle of it. We're literally at the pinnacle of it where we've gotten to a point where we don't even see it for what it is. We've gotten to a point where we need to accept it as moral. We need to accept it as something that is liberating. Something that's completely destructive to the mind. Something that pollutes the mind. Right? We need to accept it as, oh no, the compassionate sense is like, no, let them, Satanism is a religion now, and we need to just accept everything, right? In the name of compassionate intolerance, right? And all we're doing is we're just destroying the youth. Fucking slowly, just destroying the youth. And now it's actually taken up a bit of pace and it's destroying the use at a much faster pace. But anyway, I'll leave it there. You guys let me know what you think down below. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.